Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. In the background we have some Overwatch gameplay where my team straight up wreaks havoc, but today we are here to talk about E3 and what to expect from this year's event. So, if you need a refresher of what the event is or you don't know what it is, E3 is a convention in LA where studios and companies come together to showcase new games and sometimes new hardware. It is easily one of the most important events during the year for gamers, and if you actually want to tune in yourself, the press conferences start June 12th while the event is open to people June 14th to June 16th. I'll make sure to put some places down below in the description where I usually stream it, but without further ado, let's get into it. Nintendo, if I do say so for myself, has really been lacking the past two E3s, and it seems like E3 2016 will be no different. Well, kinda. With no press conference in sight, it will be hard to hold the fans' attention besides the fact that the new Zelda will be the only playable game at the convention. Games like Super Smash Bros. 4 and Splatoon are holding up the Wii U on its hind legs, and fans are looking for something new. With only the new Zelda and rumors about the next-gen console called NX, fans have little to look forward to. Although there is little to look forward to from Nintendo at this year's E3, they could potentially surprise fans with a new Metroid or even a new Mario game. We'll just have to see. With last year's E3, it is no doubt that Sony came out on top with announcements of fan favorites such as The Last Guardian, Shenmue 3, and a Final Fantasy VII Remake. It will be hard for them to top their show last year, but with rumors saying that they will announce the PS4.5, otherwise known as the PlayStation 4 Neo, they might just be able to exceed our expectations. Although there are many rumors flying around about the new console, it's inherently supposed to support 4K and improve VR experiences. As for games, we will most likely get an update on Horizon Zero Dawn, a game by Guerrilla Games that keened a lot of people's interest with its setting and combat style. Although it's unlikely we could possibly get a teaser for Naughty Dog's next game, as people have been wanting a sequel to The Last of Us, personally, I know for myself and many other fans would love to see a teaser for a new Crash Bandicoot title, as it is a loved franchise by many gamers. With whatever Sony does, I'm sure they will impress the gamers, and I cannot wait to see what tricks they have up their sleeve. This year's E3 for publishers happened to be a little more empty than usual, as EA and Activision have pulled out from participating in the show itself. For Activision, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered will be shown off, and hopefully fans will get to look at multiplayer from Infinite Warfare. Even though it is the most disliked gaming video on YouTube, I'm sure fans still want to see some action from COD 2016. Destiny fans haven't gotten a proper update since The Taken King, and it is likely that Bungie will announce a thing or two at this year's E3. With EA, fans were able to get a taste of Titanfall 2 as a teaser dropped a month or so ago, and they also happen to be working on some untitled projects that are somewhat of a mystery. Fans seem to be very excited over Battlefield 1 and hope that its setting and combat will be something new to the franchise. As for Visceral Games, also a part of EA and the makers of Dead Space, they happen to be working on a new Star Wars game that could possibly see a little love on the show floor. As for Ubisoft, the company happens to be at a bit of a hard place this year with its first break from the Assassin's Creed franchise in 6 years. It would not be surprising though if they showed off their new Assassin's Creed movie and a montage of their new Tom Clancy titles. As of June 2nd, Watch Dogs 2 is confirmed to be at E3 2016, whether this be on the show floor or if people will actually be able to test the game. Who knows? Since the first one was not well liked by fans, it will be interesting to see where they take the second iteration of this game.
Sniper, keep your eyes peeled.
Last year, Bethesda announced Fallout 4 and stunned fans with not only releasing the title that year, but also a Pip-Boy edition in a mobile game called Fallout Shelter. It is safe to say they have quite the gap to fill this year, but hopefully will do so with the announcements of a new Elder Scrolls and quite possibly a Wolfenstein sequel. Fans also happen to be looking forward to seeing Dishonored 2, as the original Dishonored blew people away with its combo of stealth and attack gameplay. Besides this, there's not much to talk about with Bethesda, as they have been in the dark and are waiting to show us the goodies until E3. There is though one last company to talk about, and that is the ever so mysterious Microsoft. It is safe to say that Microsoft has been on a roller coaster ride ever since the Xbox One was released. With Phil Spencer now as the head of Xbox, he's been slowly bringing back the fans by giving them what they love: video games. Speaking of games, at this year's E3, fans hope to see more of Gears of War 4 and Halo Wars 2. As for racing fans, there will most likely be another Forza announced, since that is Microsoft's key racing franchise, and with Microsoft it is hard to predict what they will do at E3 since no one really knows their lineup for the show floor. Regarding new hardware, there have been many questions asking about if Xbox will combat the PS4.5 and NX. Although we might not see anything at this year's E3, Phil Spencer tells the fans to look out for not just a small iteration but a proper upgrade of the Xbox One. I mean, the Xbox One is definitely the larger one of the three next-gen consoles, so I'm sure fans would not mind a more slimmed-down Xbox One. As for my thoughts, I usually end up watching all the press conferences. If I could pick one that I'm most excited for, it would be Sony's press conference. I really want to see what they show with Horizon Zero Dawn, as the overall setting and characters that were introduced really piqued my interest. I expect them, along with Microsoft, to announce or even show new consoles that will be able to support VR in a better way. I also cannot wait to see what Sony does with indie developers and what indie games will be shown off, as they are always very impressive and very innovative. I'm also very excited to see more of Titanfall 2, since I absolutely loved the first one, but thought that its only problem was the lack of replayability and content. I happen to be a huge COD fanboy, so yes, I am somewhat excited for Infinite Warfare, but I'm even more excited for the Modern Warfare Remaster. With Battlefield 1 combating Infinite Warfare, it will be interesting to see the sales numbers and popularity of both games once they release. I don't think I have mentioned this in any of my videos yet, but I absolutely love the Assassin's Creed franchise. I have played through all of the main games such as Brotherhood, Revelations, Black Flag, and so forth, and I'm so happy they are taking a break. The franchise needs a break after releasing a game yearly, and hopefully they come back just as good as Assassin's Creed 2, which was easily one of my favorite Assassin's Creed titles. I played the first Watch Dogs and thought it was an amazing concept, but not executed properly. The gameplay was good, but the story was not intriguing whatsoever. And lastly, I cannot wait to see more of Dishonored 2. I was a huge fan of the first one, not only because of its combat style, but because of its story. It really pulled me into the environment and story within the first 15 minutes or so. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you want to see more content from myself, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But other than that, I'm out, guys. Peace.